Hundreds of thousands of people have been paying their respects to Her late Majesty at Westminster Hall over the past few days ahead of the Queen's funeral on Monday. Among those wishing to say farewell on Friday was none other than former England and Manchester United footballer David Beckham. And speaking to ITV, David shared the heartwarming reason he felt he needed to begin queuing at 2 a.m. in order to pay his respects. Speaking to ITV News, David admitted he felt he needed to see the Queen given the fact his late grandparents were keen royalists. The former midfielder also touched on how he felt lucky to have met the Queen during his career as well as how his grandparents influenced his upbringing in a royalist household. "I grew up in a household of royalists and I was brought up that way," David began. "You know, if my grandparents had been here today, I know that they would have wanted to be here, so I'm here on their behalf and on behalf of my family and to celebrate with everyone else here." The ITV News reporter then asked David, "Do you think we've really understood what we've lost here?" David replied, "I think it'll take a long time to understand that because I think that Her Majesty meant so much in so many different ways. I can speak on my behalf on, the amount of times I was able to meet her throughout my career and I was very lucky. I always wanted to be able to meet her. So to represent my country, to be captain of my country, and every time we stood there and we wore those 3 lions shirts and I wore my armband and we sang God Save Our Queen, that was something that meant so much to us and every time that we did it, it was something special. So this day was always going to be difficult and it's difficult for the nation and it's difficult for everyone around the world because I think everyone is feeling it. Our thoughts are with the family and with everybody here today because it's special to be here and to celebrate and to hear the different stories of what people have to say." When asked if he had any anecdotes about meeting the Queen, David replied, "I always say the same thing, I was very lucky but probably the most special moment for me was when I received my OBE. When I received my OBE, I took my grandparents with me who were the ones that really brought me up to be a huge royalist and a fan of the royal family. So to have them there and then I step up, and to have my wife there as well, to step up to get my honor but also then, for Her Majesty to ask questions and to talk, I was so lucky that I was able to have a few moments like that in my life to be around Her Majesty. We can all see with the love that is being shown how special she is and how special she was and the legacy that she leaves behind. It's a sad day but it's a B-day to remember the incredible legacy she's left." David eventually managed to pay his respects after around 12 hours of queuing. Discussing his decision to get up in the middle of the night to join the lengthy queue, he said, I thought that by coming at 2 a.m., it was gonna be a little bit quieter. I was wrong. Everybody had that in mind. But the people here, of all ages, there was an 84-year-old lady walking around, there was a 90-year-old gentleman walking around. Everybody wants to be here to be part of this experience and celebrate what Her Majesty has done for us. David's efforts to queue for much of Friday have been with widespread praise from royalists and fans. His decision came as a number of MPs and famous faces sparked a backlash from the public for being able to skip the miles-long queue.